How are you, Kevin?
Ken, how's it going? Good to see you, man.
And you too.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Different weather than the Sudan.
Slightly different South Sudan. So listen, we've got a fair few interesting sites for you to come in and look at today. We're going to go straight away over to the Carmelite Abbey, which was founded in around 1300 by the Normans. We'll see the only functioning town moat, medieval town moat in Ireland.
Right.
We're going to have a quick visit to the cathedral to see some of the significant works of stained glass windows and Stations of the Rosary done by An Tóir Linne, the Dublin-based arts and craft movement. We'll have a quick look at the remains of the exit from the town and the town wall, and then we'll discuss the very significant Cranlogs and Lake settlement that we've here.
Excellent, yeah, perfect.
So we've a busy little afternoon.
We've a busy afternoon, but what I'm going to do, Kevin, is we'll break this down into probably about 3 videos.
Yeah.
So it'll be on YouTube on 3 videos, probably 1, 2, 3, part 1, 2 and 3, because you know I don't like getting you bored watching something for half an hour.
You won't be bored of this one.
I mean? So stay with us, don't forget, like, subscribe to the channel, and you should follow us on YouTube, yeah? Cheers.
Okay, Ken, you're very welcome to Loughrea. I'm a Mayo man, but this has been my adopted town for the last 26, 27 years. Loughrea is very significant. We've got evidence here of people living in between here and the lake since at least 3,500 BC, of which we'll talk about later on. But we're here specifically in the Carmelite Abbey. Loughrea as a town was founded by Richard de Burgh in the year 1236. And sometime after that, after the Carmelites arrived in Ireland in 1270, he invited them here to found an abbey. So the abbey was founded here in the very early part of the 14th century. And like a lot of abbeys associated with medieval towns, this abbey was built just outside the walled part of the town. And one of the reasons for that is because a lot of these abbeys, they dealt with contagious diseases, typhoid, flux, that sort of stuff. So these abbeys were generally situated outside the town, and we have the same situation over in Athenry. What's one of the interesting things about this, you can see behind me, there's a fairly later 14th century, 15th century insertion into what would have been an earlier window. The tower behind me is 15th century. And one of the intriguing things about this particular abbey is its link with the Battle of Aughrim. Now, the Battle of Aughrim was one of the great battles of the Williamite Wars in Ireland that took place between the armies of King William of Orange and King James. You probably passed Aughrim on your way down here, Ken, and Aughrim has the unfortunate distinction of having the single largest loss of life in any day, in any battle, anywhere in Europe up until the first day of the Somme. It's estimated between 5,000 and 7,000 people were killed in one day in 1691 in the Battle of Aughrim. The Jacobites had sighted their defences fairly well on the high ground. The Williamites were coming from the direction of Athlone, and they were finding the battle wasn't going exactly quite well. The Jacobites had Patrick Sarsfield and his cavalry held in reserve. They could only be deployed on the orders of King James. The Irish were gaining the upper hand, and one of the famous Irish generals at the time was a guy called General St. Ruth, and as he was urging his men onwards, a bouncing cannonball basically decapitated him. The Irish lost heart and they fled, and it's rumoured that the remains of General St. Ruth are buried here behind me in the abbey.